Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and we are fortunate to have on the line with us our coaching guru. Although his head may be a little lumpy, but we still love him. Coach Van PETTAWAY, how you doing, my man?
Well, I feel fine. I feel fine this morning. I'm a little sore from the whipping that I took this past weekend, but other than that, everything's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, look, I got beat up last week, so you can get beat up this week. I told you it's going to be a long season.
Oh, yeah.
But, boy, I sure did look like a genius this past weekend, sir.
Yes,
But we won't gloat on that. We won't gloat on that. So it's time for these letter grades to come out, and we'll start doing some more picks for this week coming up. And I'm ready to hear what you got for us this week, sir.
Okay, well, I think that they started off on Thursday night where Bethune-Cookman went down to Miami, and Miami won that game 48-7. I'm going to give the Wildcats, I'm going to give them a C for that contest. They did get on the board against Miami, and after hearing Coach doing his press conference, he found some things that he could work on, and he found some positive things out of that game. So they get a C.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you a C as well, Coach, because, like I said, we know what these games are about. And for the most part, from my understanding of the report that I was able to get a hold to, no major injuries.
Right.
And they'll get ready to do some battle and SWAC competition this week.
Right. Then next up, Mississippi Valley State went down to Cleveland, Mississippi to play the Division II Delta State. Delta State won that game 35-7. Valley, they're still trying to find themselves. So I can never go too far with them. So I'm going to give them a C also for this game, even though they lost.
Not this week. Not this week, Coach. I'm sorry. I went back and forth, and I know what both of us had said about Valley and their struggles, and it was 7-6 at half, Valley on top, and end up losing 35-7.
Yes.
I can't give a C for that one. I can see myself, like I stated last week, we can't give Z's. And I won't give an F. I won't give an F, but I will give a D double minus.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Then next up, we go down to Grambling, Louisiana, where Grambling played host to Florida Memorial. Grambling found their offense, and they won that game 58-27. 58-22, I'm sorry. And so we're going to give Grambling a B for doing what they're supposed to do at home against a NAIA opponent.
And I'm actually giving them a B+ for that same effort. They took care of business. They looked like a FCS Division I program that week against Florida Memorial, but we'll see how they hold off against Texas Southern at home later this week.
Right. Then next up, down at the Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that is, they played host to Miles College, and they won that game 21-20. And I'm going to give the Golden Lions a B for that game. They were at home. Miles College had upset Alabama State the week before, and they struggled, but they pulled it out 21-20, so they'll get a B from me.
Yes, sir. I'm giving a B as well for those same intents and purposes. The first win for Coach Hampton, and I know you get a chance to listen to him, but he wins the press conference every week.
Always.
Man, he keeps the energy flowing and everything, and it was good for him to get that first win. Now let's see how long it takes for him to get a SWAC win.
Right. All right, then next up down in Tallahassee, Florida A&M played host to University of West Florida. They struggled in the beginning, but Coach said at halftime he lit into them. They came out and they played like they are the SWAC favorite. They won that game 31-10 against West Florida. So I like the Rattlers. I'm gonna give them an A because I thought they may have a letdown after playing so well the week before against South Florida. So they get an A from me.
Yeah, I'm giving them an A as well, Coach. And I don't know if you knew this, but my preseason pick, I had FAM winning the East but I had them going 10-1, Coach.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes,
well,
sir.
They're on course. They're on course.
Yeah.
They're on course.
Yeah. They're looking like a well-refined oil machine right now.
Yes, yes. All right, and then we'll go down to Longman, Mississippi, where Alcorn State played host to McNeese State, and Alcorn State won that game 17-3. I'm gonna give the Braves an A in that game. Yep. I'm gonna give them
I'm giving them an A+, Coach, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because that was one of my big picks over you this week, and they had been playing McNeese quite well for the last 3 or 4 seasons, and they've been going back and forth, and they did what they had to do to show the Southland Conference in particular, which is one of those conferences that I've always tried to measure us against, and that OVC, and they stood their ground. So I gave them an A+.
Oh no! Now, but let's back. Now you say you that was one of your picks over me. No, we were both the same. We both had Alcorn.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you had McNeese.
No. We both had Alcorn in that game.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking about the Stephen F. Austin game because I thought they was going to be Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
All right, I give you a clemency on that, but still don't take them hickeys away. It still don't take them hickeys away, Coach.
Yeah, that's true, because I messed up later on. So then next up, we had Jackson State against Texas State. Texas State won that game 77-34. Jackson State, Coach Taylor was happy with the offense. He was happy with some of the things they did defensively. He's more disappointed in his special teams. So I'm going to give Jackson State a B for that contest against Texas State.
I'm giving them an A, Coach. In fact, they were my number 1 power ranking team for the week throughout the conference. The fact that they scored the 34 points against an FBS opponent, they looked very crisp on offense in spite of people that didn't look at the box scores. Man, how you going to give them an A and they lost 7? They gave up 77 points.
Yep.
They look good.
Yep.
They look good. And Jackson State might be having me try to eat some of the words that I was putting out in the early part of the season. And I'm okay eating those words, but you give credit to what credit is due. If they're looking good, they're looking good. If they look bad, you got to take the bitter with the sweet, right?
So now this is the game where we divided on. I had picked Jackson State. I picked Jackson State to win that game on the road. So that's where the division came between the two of us this week. Yep.
Okay.
All right, next up, out in Houston, Rice hosted Texas Southern. They won that game 59-7. I'm sort of disappointed in Texas Southern. I thought offensively they would be able to score against Rice a little bit more. So I'm going to give them a C for this contest.
Yes, sir. I'm giving them a C. We're going to give a C-, but I'm giving a C as well for the very fact that at least they did score.
Yep, that is true. All right, and then we'll go to these hometown picks. We'll start with your Prairie View Panthers first. They went out to Dallas to play SMU. SMU won that game 69-0. I'm going to give your Panthers a C for effort. I did think that they would come up and score against them, but it did not happen.
Well, I was given a C- for this week, and the reason why they got the field goal, but the field goal was a block, scoop, and score. And they had 9 penalties for 95 yards in the first half, but they made a major adjustment, had no more penalties after the second half, which I was glad to see that. But overall, some blown assignments yet again. That's why I'm giving a C- this week.
Okay.
But the check did clear.
Yep, that's true. And then down in Baton Rouge, Southern played host to my Bulldogs. Southern won that game 20-10. I'm going to give give Southern an A for winning. I'm going to give Alabama A&M, my team, they get a C. They did not play well in this football game. Coach Maynard even said so. He thought that the guys were ready to play. I had an opportunity to talk with him at Saturday morning before the contest, and he was upbeat, but things just didn't work out for us. And even though we were playing against Southern, I had some feelings for Coach Dooley because I had no idea that the Jaguar Nation had turned on him that quickly.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
The chatter in Baton Rouge was there, and then they even showed it by not showing up for the game. That's the first time I've ever attended a football game. This was my third or fourth game in Baton Rouge, and that's the first time that I saw attendance the way it was. That was amazing to me. I was shocked that they were not out to support that team.
Yeah, and we forget sometimes, Coach, that fan is abbreviation for fanatic. Yeah. And some crowds, and I know we're all proud to a degree, but some of the most fanatics in this beloved conference of ours would be FAM, JSU, and Southern.
Right.
And they showed it. I was glad to see Dooley get that off the hump. I gave them an A- for this week's performance, and I gave your Bulldogs a C. It was a conference game, but like I was expecting a little bit more out of your Bulldogs, as you referred to. But we're still dealing with youngsters, and you never know what you're gonna get. Old Forrest Gump say it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Yeah. So an A- and a C for those two.
Right, gotcha.
The first annual Team Domino Tournament effect double elimination, benefiting Prairie View A&M Athletics, sponsored by the Panther Support Network, Panther Backers, Panther Club, PV Athletic Club, and cheerleaders. The time and date for this location is Saturday, September 23rd, 2023, and the time will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The location will be at the Kappa House, and the address is 3349 Southmore Street, Houston, Texas. Lunch and snacks with soft drinks will be provided from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The full dinner will be served at 4:30 p.m. The registration fee is $125 per player, and the payment methods is Zelle, and the number for that Zelle is 713-417-2090, and the email is lyndallrob@gmail.com. The spelling for that is Lyndal Rob@gmail.com. Checks can be sent to the Panther Backers, and the address for that is 3611 Heritage Colony, Missouri City, Texas. The zip code is 77004. Donations are accepted. All funds collected and donated are tax deductible. The person of contact for all info will be Greg Austin, and his home number is 832-653-5703. His personal cell number is 713-562-8181. His email is abazulu247@gmail.com. And the spelling for that is ABBAZULU247@gmail.com.
And so that leads us up into another week, and hopefully after those two losses for me this past week, maybe I can rebound this week. But first up,
good luck. Good luck.
First up, Arkansas Pine Bluff visits Alabama A&M on a Thursday night. I guess ESPN special. I'm hoping that the Bulldogs will be ready to play because on Thursdays our fans normally don't come out, so it'll be just the team motivating themselves. But I'm gonna take Alabama A&M in this one.
And this was one of those ooh-wee moments for me as well. Like I said, Coach Hampton wins the press conference every week. And I'm just trying to see how they're going to rebound after a close home victory, opening up with some conference play. But I have to lean with you and your Bulldogs that you all will find a way to win at home this week. So I'm gonna roll with your A&M Bulldogs, sir.
Right. All right. Next
on that imposter heel.
There you go. Well, next up, we go to a Circuit City Classic in Indianapolis where Mississippi Valley and North Carolina Central will be playing. I'm going with Central all the way in this one.
Yes, sir. Valley has a long way to go and a short time to get there. I just believe Central will be a little too much for the Delta Devils this week.
Right. All right, next up, Texas Southern is going to go on the road. They'll be down at Grambling. Afternoon contest. I'm going to go with the G-Men. I'm going to stay with the G-Men in this one.
Well, I'm kind of 50-50 right now because Bonnie was reported hurt dealing with some things, and I originally at the preseason figured that Texas Southern could win that game. That was with all intents and purposes that Bonnie would be playing quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So can I do a 50-50, Coach? I can't do a 50-50, huh?
Nice try.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. I believe Grambling is well oiled, but I got the feeling that Texas Southern's going to find a way this week, and I'm going to go with Texas Southern.
Okay, we got that. All right, and then next up, let's go down to Bethune-Cookman will be at Jackson State. Now, I'm going to go with Jackson State because I just think that they're just playing great football right now.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna go with the Tigers. They correct me. I used to say JSU. I love JSU. So however to go, the love for JSU is gonna be there this week on our pick. Right.
And then next up, Florida A&M will play host to Alabama State. This is my game of the week. It's going to be a tough one. I'm going to give it to the Rattlers though because they got that winning streak at home. And I just think that they're not going to lose at home.
Right. Well, I told you earlier, I picked them in the preseason to go 10-1, and I don't see that being different for this week, so I'm sticking with the home team as well.
All righty. And then last but not least, we got your Panthers going down to Alcorn State at the reservation. I'm going to stick with Alcorn on this one.
Coach,
decision time.
No, I'm picking my heart. This week. And I'm going to stick with the Panthers.
Okay.
Even though the Braves are coming off a huge win over McNeese, the Panthers coming off a sound thumping against SMU. But I think this is a game that will be very close because both teams are going to want to run. So I see this being a very fast-played game, and don't surprise me if they go to another overtime.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Yes,
well,
sir.
we will see, as they say. We will see.
Yes, sir. We shall see.
Yep. And that brings us to the close for this week. Another week of great SWAC football. And I said,
now we got our MEAC game.
Right. We got to pick a game from the MEAC that will break the tie. But if I'm feeling it the way I'm feeling now, I don't think there's going to be a tie. So I think somebody.
You might be 2 weeks in a row. You might be 2 weeks in a row looking up, Coach.
Yeah, I know. That's got me worried. And they're playing all these non-conference opponents that I'm not sure which one it would be a good pick for us this week because everybody it seems to be stepping out. Well, I guess because if you don't have that many teams in your league,
right,
you got to come up with a schedule, and their schedule's all over the place. We already got the Central and Valley game. South Carolina State is at host of Citadel. Delaware State is at Miami of Ohio. Norfolk is at Townsend. And then Auburn is at Morgan. They're all playing up. So let's take, I tell you what, since we both like Odom, we'll go Norfolk and Townsend. The game is at Townsend.
Give me Townsend, please.
But that's my pick too. That's my pick it too.
Well, look, just because I like them don't mean I'm crazy.
That does not help us, man. That does not help us.
You know what? Yeah. Look, cause we playing to win, aren't we?
Yeah. That's a great pick, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. As they say in Jeopardy, Townsend for 100, please.
Yes. All righty. So that's our tiebreaker. So we'll be going into another great week of SWAC football.
Yes, sir. Well, a great week it is, and it's always great anytime we get to chat with you, sir, and fellowship. It's always a joy and a labor of love. And at this time, I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments at the time, sir.
Okay. Dr. Prince, I really enjoy this, even though I'm a basketball guy. I'm just an athletic guy. I'm just a SWAC guy, and I really appreciate what you do for black college sports, and I just want to encourage you to continue doing what you do, because this is sorely needed, and I think the public has proven that they enjoy what you're doing. So just stay encouraged, sir, and keep up the good work.
Well, I thank you very much, sir. I'm a football guy and a baseball guy, and I tell you what, we get you covered in basketball too, Coach. And I know it. I know that's your main thing. Now I do understand that, and what you guys bring to the table during that tournament, I can't say thank you enough. So I'm just so happy to have you in the family and on the team. And as I said, I wouldn't know what to do without you, sir. Wouldn't know what to do without you. So another week, hopefully that ice will bring them hickeys down in time for next week. And it's always a joy to get with you. He is the guru, Coach Van PETTAWAY. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Don't forget, you can follow me on X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And until the next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.